Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you my first impression of a few of the new Tarte Make Believe in Yourself collection items. So I have a few things. I have the palette, I have the brushes, I also have the rainbow highlighter. So I didn't pick up the lips, I just chose to pick up some of it. Hopefully you guys are okay with that, but what I'm going to do is do my eyes, do some highlighting, and use some of the brushes. So I'm going to show that to you guys now. Now, there's only 2 eye brushes in the set. There's only 2 eye brushes in the set, and that is what they look like. So I did grab a few other eye brushes just in case. And then I do have my Color Switch by Vera Mona if I want to reuse the brush and kind of dip into another shade. So I've already primed my lids with soft ochre paint pot. I also set it with a light, just basically nude powder, or exactly like a match to my lid. And I have, if you're wondering, I have Kat Von D Backstage Bambi Everlasting Liquid Lipstick. I started to say velour liquid lipstick. I'm sorry. But I have the Backstage Bambi on my lips. So a little bit darker than what it looks like in the tube, but I do really like it. And of course it's going to stay on forever, which I love. So let's just jump right in. I'm going to start with the eyes. If you haven't seen the palette, this is what it looks like. Super gorgeous. I love that it has a lot of jewel tones to it. There is one matte shade in it, which is called Myth. I'm going to try to show you without blinding you. So Myth is matte. The rest do have shimmer, and then in the middle you get, this is called an eye and cheek palette, so I'm assuming this is somewhat of a highlight, so that is the middle shade. I don't really 100% know if that was the intention. It's really soft and pretty, but that would be a pretty inner corner highlight, which is probably what I will do with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump into Myth, and I'm going to use this brush and see how it goes. These of course are cruelty-free synthetic brushes, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, let's just jump in, and I'm going to do a little eye look really quick. Okay, so I basically just put Myth all over the crease and up a little bit above my natural crease. So that is Myth. It's basically just a really good transition color. And now I'm going to jump in with the other brush, and I think I'm going to pick up the shade Marvel, which is this one right here. And I'm going to place that. Now this one is a little bit more flat, so I'm going to take this color and lay it right here. Really pretty. This one's like a very, very light, soft green. I think it's beautiful. These are a little, just a little bit of a chunkier texture of shimmer, which I don't mind at all. I actually like that because it actually looks more in between a glitter and a shimmer. They're almost, they feel better in my opinion, but if you've tried the Huda Beauty Rose Gold and you've tried the textured shadows, they kind of feel like that, but they're not as like chunky, creamy, messy, if that makes any sense. They feel more like a powder, but they do have a little bit of a similar consistency to them. So there you have that. Now I think I'm going to jump into Mystic, which is this one here. Same brush, I just cleaned it off. Really gorgeous. I hope that you guys can get a good look at that. Kind of just placing these next to each other for the moment. to take the shade Dream, just this one here, and just basically put that in the outer third of my lid. This shade is not quite as chunky as the other two. And I think what I'm going to do now is go back to the original brush. I'm going to try to use just those brushes as much as I can. And I'm actually going to dip into that middle shade, which I don't know if it's supposed to be highlight or what. But I am going to basically blend that into the crease using that shade. That way it's a little bit more of an easy transition between the matte and the shimmer. Of course, that matte shade being just basically a transition color. I'm going to take that same shade and go right under my brow. And then right in the inner corner as well. Really pretty, I think. I'm going to take the shade Fairy, just on the edge of the brush. It's really pretty. I'm really impressed with this, and I'm just like throwing this on. I like the brushes. I will say that as a crease brush, this one's a little narrow. I wish it was a little bit fuller for my crease brush, because you have to really do like big circle motions to get like a smooth application with this one. If it was a little fluffier, I would like it more, but it's not bad. The other one, it's actually really good for shadows in the palette because they are a little bit on the chunky side of shimmer, and this way you can kind of like lay them down versus using a fluffier brush. So far I like the brushes. I can't say anything bad about these two other than maybe a little bit more full in this brush would have been a little bit helpful, but really I do like it. Didn't really have to use the other brushes any, and I have to say I'm pretty impressed with the look. I love like the sea colors, like the sea foamy kind of colors in it, and that transition color works well, at least for my skin tone. I tend to like it. The inner corner looks pretty good with that shade. I could use a little bit smaller brush and do a more focused application in the corner, but I love it so far. Everything is really pretty. So I'm just going to pop on some mascara and then we will highlight. And now I'm just going to try out the highlighter, which of course is the rainbow highlighter called Spellbound Glow. And I'm going to take this brush simply because I want to use a brush from the collection. It's a little denser than I typically use for a highlighter brush, but nothing wrong with that in any way. So I'm just going to blend it around and let's give it a try. Actually really pretty so far. I think it's beautiful. I'm really happy with it. Actually going to take this ColourPop eyeshadow brush because it's clean and do my nose. And add just a bit under my brow. I think it's gorgeous. Well, I think this side's got a little bit better light, so I'm kind of showing you that. Yes. So I'm really excited that I got all of these things. I'm happy to have them all, but I would say probably my most impressive item out of this collection to me is the palette. I hesitated to get this because I have so many palettes. If you guys watch any of my videos, you know that, and you just know how it is. Like, I love palettes so much, and I'm sure you're on the same page, but I really couldn't resist. The packaging got me. The jewel tones got me. I feel like this is a little bit different than a lot of palettes, and I really don't like the same just old, okay, it's a nude, it's a brown, it's a whatever. I love nude eye looks, don't get me wrong, but there's only so many palettes that I can buy that are nude. So for this one, I saw some browns, but I saw some of these lovely colors, the blues, the green. I just think it's a beautiful palette, and I'm very impressed with how easy it was to create this look. I basically just threw this together. It was not hard at all. The brushes worked well. I do like the highlighter a lot, I must say. I love it, but this palette, I'm just in love. I mean, look at it. Wouldn't you be in love? But yeah, so that's really all I have to say. I'm pretty impressed. No big like gripes about it. It looks gorgeous on. I mean, if you can't tell, it absolutely looks beautiful. So very impressed. I love everything. If I had to say get one thing, I would say get the palette, but they're all good, so to each their own. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you so much, and make sure to check out some of my other videos. Give this one a like if you did enjoy it, or you love Tarte products. Make sure to give it a like, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.